Hi, I'm Megan Lee, and welcome to the Noob Reviews. My dog just brought a steak from outside. She's crunching it. Whatever. I lost my train of thought. Wednesday's show, in which we review independent comics, which we're just doing one at a time right now. And then I give you a little sneak preview of what is to come on Sunday. Whatever side Sunday's on. So, today we are doing issue 2 of War Party. Dun, dun, dun. Look at that. I really love the back, too. He's very, that is one very, he looks like he could do some damage. Very intimidating, for sure. Yep. So this one was very exciting. I was trying to do some research, and I'm super old-fashioned, so what do? I go to my books, and I found this book called The Colonial Wars from 1689 to 1762, and this has a whole bunch of wars in it. So literally because this is based on the 7 Years' War, which was from 1755 to 1762 is where the writer has placed this comic book. So the very last of the Colonial Wars, which was the 7 Years' War. So this book didn't actually have a whole heck of a lot. It kind of jumped around, it wasn't what I was looking for. It wasn't super focused on the 7. I need to find a book that's focused on the 7 Years' War. But it did talk about it a little bit. But I didn't find the information that I was looking for specifically. So instead of being old-fashioned, I'm going to have to go to the internet, I guess. Fine. I just prefer finding things out from books. I just do. I really like my physical media. You know what I'm saying? I want the book. I want the DVD or whatever it is. I want to be able to hold it. Yeah. I'm just weird like that. I'm going to charge my mouse before it dies. Okay, so War Party, 1756. We're in the second year of the 7-Year War. And we are deep in the Ohio wilderness. And the Ashworth family find themselves caught between the French and British struggle for possession of the Americas. Only young Sarah escapes with the help of her mother, who is ultimately killed by the Shawnee warrior Rotag. While called away to post for duty at a nearby British fort, Sarah's father James has a recurring vision that compels him to return home. His brothers are skeptical, but their young Algonquin guide Tarlo convinces them. Unable to evade her pursuers any longer, Sarah is taken as a slave for sale to the French. The next morning, James, Sarah's father, Joseph, and John return to the carnage. Realizing Sarah is still alive, James vows to rescue her and avenge the death of his wife. So, that's just a little catch-up from last week. And if this is your first time here, the story, the pencils, the inks, and letters are by Justin Murphy. And he actually signed 3 copies, the first 3 issues that I have. So that's kind of cool. And then the colors are by Jay Brown. So, Sarah has been captured, and then actually she's managed to escape again. So that's a smart little kid there. And she's trying to get to the river because she knows her mother has told her, if you get lost, find the river and follow the river home. Although, I don't know if it was ever explained to her, are you going upstream or downstream? That was my question right away. Okay, follow the river home, but what way? Are you following the river as it flows? Are you going against, I don't know. I don't know why that fact that was not explained was important to me, but I mean, I'm assuming if they say follow the river, then you're following the direction that it flows, right? No? Because you could follow the river upstream or whatever. Anyway, that's the thought that occurred to me when I was reading it. It's kind of a dumb thought, but that's where my brain goes. Was this child, was it explained to her upstream and downstream, and we live upstream the river or we live downstream? Like, I don't know. I'm like super worried about this kid making it home, okay? She's being chased by Indians, and all I can think about is, does she know to go up or downstream? Because apparently, I mean, it's important, but anyway. So, head dude is super PO'd because the guy that was supposed to be watching her has let her escape because she chewed through her ropes. These are some tiny ropes they tied her with. Like, look at that. I mean, I guess they figured because she was a kid, she couldn't get out of it. But, I mean, like, those are really thin. It's not, that wouldn't have been hard for her to actually chew her way out of those. Anyway, she on a cliff, and she makes a noise, drops a pebble. They hear her. At that same moment, her father and uncles, who have been tracking her all night, spy her on the edge of the cliff. And this part was like, man, with a musket and I don't know a lot about the guns they had back then, but they weren't that good. Like, it was difficult to aim them. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody can let me know. But look what he does. She is right here. He's right up there with her, this Indian. And somehow her father manages to hit him in the head when he's right next to his daughter. Like, that Indian's blood splatters on his child. He could have hit his kid in the head. This is a comic book. It's fantasy. But that was not a realistic moment, in my opinion. You can get lucky and that can happen. It always happens in the movies. But you know. Anyway, this would actually make a really great movie because there's so much like that, and then he jumps into the river because he's on the other side of the river on a cliff, so he jumps in the cliff into the river to get to the other side instead of climbing down. Totally a movie moment too. There's a lot of movie moments I'm realizing in these comic books. Oh, my dog is sleeping. She looks so cute. Apparently chewing sticks is super exhausting. Ugh. Now I talked about her and she moved. Oh, yeah. This is a cool action scene. So he's crossed the river. The Indians have got his daughter. And there's just 2 whole pages. No dialogue. All action. Wow. I do like the art. On the 3rd page, we get a little bit. So they managed to capture, or overpower, James, Sarah's father. And they were going to try and cut his hand off, and I don't know, I guess he struggled out of it, and they cut his fingers off, and then his brothers were starting to arrive, so the Indians ran off with his daughter. And before they left, they smack him in the head with this weapon. What is this weapon? I'm gonna have to do some research. Like I said, I have so many questions about like this time period now, and because this 7 Years' War. So I do know about the colonial wars a little bit. A lot of it happened with the Algonquin, the Iroquois, up in Canada, like Quebec, Nova Scotia, those areas. So I'm aware of some of the colonial wars because they were also settling Canada, right? But this the 7 Years' War happened like down in what we know now as the United States in Ohio. So I'm really not as knowledgeable at all about this specific time period. So I have questions and I don't have answers. And apparently going to my own little home library is not helpful, so whatever. But yeah, look at this weapon. It looks like a bowling ball on the end of, like, I don't know, some handle for... That looks... I don't understand how they didn't crack his skull. They must have cracked his skull. How can you survive that? Like, pretty much point blank range. Smacks him in the skull with that thing. What? And then we get Diane. The appearance of Diane. And, again, we're getting... As we go along, we're going to get more insight into how James and Diane know each other, because she knows him by name, right? She says, James, your spirit animal has led me here. We can save you. They grab him. The brothers make it down. The brothers run into the British. The redcoats, who arrest them for desertion. We knew that was going to happen. And through it all, we have... Oh, what's this boy's name? What is the boy's name? Tarlo. Their Algonquin guide, Tarlo, is watching. So I don't know what he's going to do. Does he do much in here? That's like our only glimpse of him. Yeah. I'm sure he's going to appear again. I feel like he's a supporting role in this story. So James gets taken to Diane's village, and she does some weird stuff. Basically, I did not realize that she is not only pantsless but also shirtless. So there's that. Oh. My screen went black. Then it came back. Timer's still going. Okay. Yeah. She not wear clothes. Fly. Go away. Shoo, fly, shoot. So yeah, there's that. Like, never, actually, I realized. I thought she had some sort of leggings on and some sort of, like, top, but she does not at all. She's, like, the least dressed of all of them. I guess that's how you get people to read your comic books. Have very attractive naked women's. So she's doing some ritual thingy on him. And the brothers have been brought back to the British fort, and they are about to try and escape. They escape because they have there's another prisoner in there, a British guy who actually slept with the colonel's wife. The colonel's wife is all over the place. And she distracts the guards so that they can all escape. So the colonel's wife is, having fun, I guess. I guess she's having a good time. The unfortunate thing is that they run into, they get out of the British fort, and then they get caught in between a firefight in between the French, who have come to sneak up on the British and the British fort. So they're like right smack dab in the middle of this like battle that they did not want to be a part of. But they have to shoot their way out through it, of course. And right at the last possible moment when all is lost, dun, 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 we get, looks like a werewolf. He truly looks like a werewolf. He is a werewolf. That is the best looking werewolf depiction of a werewolf. There might be others, but that's a really good depiction of a werewolf. You know, some werewolves, like, I don't know. Scooby-Doo werewolves. He looks good and creepy. They got saliva dripping. You know. That's my idea of a werewolf. You know how in Harry Potter, how they depicted werewolves? That style of werewolf did not work for me. This one definitely does. So anyways, he appears, fights off the British. The French are freaking out because they're seeing this. And in the midst of all of that, John and what's his face? Joseph. Why are their names all J names? Seriously, James, John, and Joseph. They escape, and James, in werewolf form, goes completely, utterly berserker. Again, this would be such a cool sequence, like action sequence in a movie. I know all comic books can be made into a movie, but this one especially. I don't know, I just feel like it'd be so exciting. Maybe because I love period pieces. You know? Movies from way back then. And this mixes like history and fantasy. Just love it. Wow. Look at this. Oh. What a disaster. Got them all. The French and the British. Just destroyed them. Then, the next morning, James wakes up in the forest, completely butt naked, with a wolf skin beside him. And he gets captured by the British. So his brothers have escaped the British, and he gets captured by the British. This is a whole freaking mess. It's just a mess. Also, here's Diane. Like, what was her point in this? So you turn him into a wolf. Like, what is she getting from turning him into a wolf? Like, they just want him to go and destroy the French and British to get them all off of their land, and that works for them. But they're okay with the colonialists there. The colonists, whatever. I don't know. Like, she just totally let him get dragged off by them. Which is okay if at some point he's going to turn into a wolf again and destroy them all. So, but, yeah. Interesting. Next issue. The Beast Within. Dun, dun, dun. This is so great. I love this. There are 13 issues. Did you know that? And there's a handbook. The War Party Handbook, you guys. Look at that. And then also, guess what they have? A freestanding display holds all 13 of your comic books, painted cover by Justin Murphy. Like, look at that. It's like a slip cover, little box thingy that you can put all your comic books in. With the art from War Party on it. Which is super cool, but here's my question. Because I like to bag and board all of my comic books. So, it's made to fit 13 comic books, but would it fit them all bagged and boarded? Like, I'd still want them bagged and boarded and then put them in there because that's just like extra protection, right? I don't know. That's super cool, but I don't think it would take them all bagged and boarded. Because it looks like they fit snug. Yeah. I don't think bagged and boarded would fit. Just keep them bagged and boarded. The custom slipcover art is so awesome. You guys, not only can she make people wolf. Look at this. Eagle, leopard, crocodile. Who's a bear? Grizzly. Wow, look at this. Look at those characters. That eagle looks like so intense. This is going to be awesome. I'm so excited to meet all these characters. So excited. Yep. And like I said, issue 0, which is a history of Diane, I'm assuming. She's on the front page. And then issue 4 come out in September. And issues 5 and 6, we have to wait until March next year. Sad. that's okay. Definitely recommend War Party. And I'm definitely going to try and find out some information. I'm sure I can. It's all over the internet, I'm sure, about the 7 Years' War. Because I am not very aware of that. And my book only has, like, it's very tiny little bit on it. Like, yeah. So, I'd be super interested to know what kind of research what's-his-face did. Justin. When he was, like, writing this story. I'm assuming he did some sort of research on that time period, right? So, yeah. Super cool. Super interesting. I'm excited for issue 3. 3? Yes, 3. Because I have issue 3. And after that, sadness and waiting. Yeah. And I don't know. I have some more that are supposed to come in, but they may take a little while. So, and when Rippa's comic book comes in, ISOM, I'm reviewing it. I got both. I got covers A and B. So excited. And I really, really wanted the poster of Yara. I think that's how you say that. But it wasn't in my budget, and now they're sold out. I'm hoping he does like reprints or something. But I know he was doing a lot of limited editions. So that's okay. Maybe there'll be another poster of Yara. Because it was so cool. She might be a bad guy, but I don't care. I'm so excited to learn about her character. So excited. What Rip is doing is amazing, and I love it. Okay. How about a little preview of Sunday? Coming up, we got Berserker. Look at my fancy cover. This is a fancier cover. It's like thicker cardboard cover. Fancy pantsy. This is just what was available at my comic book store, so I think I'm assuming this is one of the variant covers. Yeah. So we're going to have some questions answered because the doctor went up to his house and she was going to tell him the truth. So I am very curious to see, I haven't read this yet, what the truth is. I can't get it back in. Whatever. Okay. Of course, Wolverine. Look at that weapon. Is that like a handmade weapon? That's so cool. He's just like casually smoking a cigar, like whatever. I'm gonna shoot you and have a smoke at the same time. It's fine. It's cool. Just casual. Good stuff. Obviously, this, has anybody seen this? It's really old. To be so careful. Werewolf by Night. Apparently I'm into werewolves right now. Huh. Yeah. We got Wolverine. We got War Party. And we got Werewolf by Night. It's going to be a werewolf Sunday. That's just the way it is. And then I am finally reading. Dun, da, da, look. I'm finally going to read it. I'm saving this for tonight. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Pristine condition, you guys. Pristine. I'm afraid to open this. I don't think this has been opened. Like, I'm gonna be reading it, just opening it like barely, right? Because look at that. Look at the binding. I don't think it's ever been opened. If it has, they read it like this too, like just enough to be able to read it. Whoa. I just opened onto this page and there's this like really large chick in a bikini and I didn't need to see that then. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we are doing The Killing Joke. Sorry, didn't say it. And then Werewolf by Night. Wolverine. That's only 3. Oh, yeah. We're just going to go over some Donald Duck because it's really fun. And we need him, like, after all the werewolves and the Killing Joke, we need to just be a little bit lighthearted. So, yeah. Look at me. 26 minutes in. So proud of myself. Y'all know I used to have, like, 3-minute pauses in between stuff I was talking about? Now I'm just awkward, but, like, less pauses. But still awkward. So it's cool. Yeah. All right. I'm so excited for Sunday. And I'm so excited for next Wednesday. And then I'm going to be so sad. Oh, it's going to be so hard to wait. That's okay. That's how they catch you, though. It's how they, like, reel you in on Indiegogo, man. You're just like, I need to know. It's pretty smart. It's pretty smart. Okay. I want to let you guys know that on Friday, this Friday, let's check the time. This Friday, I am on Pop's channel with him. We're going to talk about comics. I just want to double check the time that I'm going to tell you guys. Because, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yes. Oh, we changed the time. Okay, so 7 Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 6 p.m. Central Time. I will be on Pop's live stream, and we are going to talk about comic books. Yeah. My favorites, how I got into it, how other people can get into it, how he's got into it, everything. We're just going to have kind of sounds like it's just going to be a really chill stream, and I'll share the link again on my Twitter. Yeah. Hope to see you guys there Friday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.